are just, they can just be heartbreaking, and they can just really do a number on you sometimes, and it's hard to let some of it go. But well, as of now, just on a little lighter note, we have helped as of today, since pretty much August. We started in June, and we had maybe 6 families in June. In July, Mark was kind of redoing all the offices for us, and we maybe had 2 or 3 families, but it really took off. So primarily from August, we have now helped 627 children. We've given away 9,080 pieces of clothing. We are working with 24 different social agencies, charity groups, churches, resource schools. And well, the top 3 that have given us the most, that we work with the closest, is DHR, United Way, and Germania Ministries. And Germania Ministries, I will never forget that. It was a black lady named Ethel Brown who called me one morning and said, "Oh, we have 25 children that have no uniforms. You've got to get uniforms for 25 children. All these children have parents in prison, and I've got to get them." Blanche and I had not even thought about school uniforms. This was in the very first of all. Did not even cross our mind. And so I said, "We don't get a lot of khaki pants in. We don't get a lot of navy pants and white shirts that we're able to keep." And I said, "Look, I'm just going to tell you right back." So I called Blanche, hysterical, on the phone. So Blanche did a little research and called her back, and she told her, she said, "No, Miss Brown, we can probably raise some money, but we can't put 25 children in green uniforms. Line them up from the neediest to, they're all needy, Miss Blanche." Well, I understand that. You know, but I'm telling you, we don't have the money. You know, we don't have the money. So, but we're going to do what we can. She said, "Oh, you are." She said, "You are, because I'm going to pray for you, and my husband, the good reverend, is going to pray for you every day that you get this money." Well, okay, Miss Brown. So, sure enough, we took care of all 25 of her children, and as a total, we were able to put 73 children, not just in a uniform, but 73 children in brand new uniform sets, which was 2 brand new pair of pants, 3 brand new shirts, and a brand new pair of underwear. And even some had special requests on the jumper and the little shirt under it, which we tried to meet. And about 70-something% of that came from Austin. And the outpouring for what y'all have done, and as gracious as all thanks with them to us, they were responsible for about 70, I have no idea what, but in the 70th percentile of the money we raised. And it was just so wonderful for Blanche and I to have such a fantastic resource. And we will always be connected to All Saints, even though we're not an All Saints ministry, I guess, technically anymore. We did have to incorporate, and we're now our own 501c3 practice. Now, the reason being, the need is so great, we were having to tap into some other churches. We're having to get groups every group we can. And St. Luke's has done a wonderful drives for us. Canterbury Methodist has an ongoing clothing drive for us. And several different churches around and groups have done things for us. And so that's where, but a typical, it's really funny. A lot of people say, "Well, how does it work with you and Blanche? How does it work?" We didn't define roles for ourselves. We just sort of fell into it, like everything else. And it just sort of happened that I started taking the phone, and I'm the first contact they have with them. And I've learned that I can't call and ask for Ms. Johnson. I have to say, "May I please speak to Ms. Johnson?" Ms. Sally Elwood with My Child's Closet. It's a free clothing closet. I would love to talk to her about setting up an appointment. Because if you ask for Ms. Johnson, they're probably not going to be there, because it could be a bill collector. It could be, we've learned that real quickly, that we have helps you identify yourself. So sometimes it takes 3 times of getting to the right person that I have to do the whole spiel, but it always kind of comes around. And we set up the appointment, we meet them at the door, we walk them through. I go in with them and explain to them sort of how we operate. Well, Blanche is usually in there with me at that point, we explain how we operate. And while they shop, Blanche goes to our special rooms where we have all the junk, all the uniforms, all the extras. And sort of based on what they tell us, we can kind of decide how, I don't say how that's given out, but some, it's obvious they're asking for pajamas, they're asking for this, they special things that we don't have many of that we can just sort of tell they need it. Blanche kind of goes and takes care of that and brings them in and lets them choose some things, brings them to the room that they're in and lets them choose some things. I help them while they're shopping, they hand me the clothes, I fold them, put them in the bag, help them out with sizes and look for shoes and just sort of make sure that they're taken care of. But it has really, really been great. We've learned a lot of times what they need to do is just talk, and they just need to have it, and they need a lot, and they'll ask for it. And sometimes they bring their children, sometimes they don't, and sometimes the children just need to hold their hand. They love to drag their bags. The kids love to drag their bags to Mark's office and show Mark what they have and what they have gotten. So this little boy right here would not let go of his coat because he had never had a coat before and never had anything that he didn't have to share with anybody. And he was so afraid that if he let go of that coat, as nice as I am, I'm going to be taking that coat from him. And you could tell he was not, he didn't really want any part of it. But, and we're thinking about, up and coming and kind of what our goals and kind of what our needs are. And we always need clothes. And I know there's a lot of people in here thinking, well, I don't have children's clothes. Well, we do newborn to 18. And a lot of those middle school girls and boys are in minimum double A. So we need something from everybody here in terms of clothes. If you ever have any clothes, and we can write you a tax receipt just like Goodwill United Way, but if you give it to us, it is given away freely. And it is given to people that truly need it. And we always need khaki pants. Men in here, khaki pants and white gold button downs because that is a uniform and that is like gold to us if we can get a school uniform. So, and we always need money. I mean, who doesn't? What charity doesn't need money? We are so fortunate in the fact that, once again, Sweet Mark and his partners, which we have a picture of later, we have no overhead. We have all that space for free. We have a janitor for free. We have access to any copy machine, any scanner, fax, Mark's assistants, who are fabulous and have let us take over their offices part of the time and come and help and do. We also now have just added, along with the 4 offices that we have, an 8x20 storage pod in the back of the building where we are keeping all of our out-of-season clothes. It is that big, but we go through it so quickly because you think, if we have 3 children in the same size, that's well over 30 pieces that leave our clothes closet in one day in one size. So the turnover is insane. And then we have sweet people like Diane Wilson who call constituents, what do you need? Well, Diane can tell you, if you call us and ask us that, we will tell you. We will definitely tell you what we need. It's probably going to be boys' clothes from boys' pants, especially size 10 through 16. That has done a huge, we have had by far the most children come boys age, I guess size 8 through 16, and we've had by far the least amount of donations in that size. To the point where we see it on the referral form, and it's just like, you are kidding me. Again, I mean, it is just crazy, and Diane went and bought, I can't even tell you all the stacks of just pants for these boys, and I mean, we were in tears because it is so hard to tell these people, you can only get one of your pants because we only have 2 size pants left, and I know those are probably going to be your own pair of pants that you have, and you're going to go through this quickly, but anyway, so we just that and, we always need your prayers and support. And, one of our goals is going to be to put 100 kids this year in Brandon Concept so that they can start school not already feeling bad about themselves or like they're not good enough.